Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga Section. I'm here today to begin the review for One Piece Manga Chapter 1042. So there's really just two parts to this chapter. The beginning stuff with X Drake, and let's just talk about that first. So basically, for me anyway, X Drake has become a little bit more of a confusing character because of the actions that he does within this chapter, and that is attacking the CP0 agent. So when X Drake was first introduced, it was okay. My thought process was okay, traitor, because we find out that he was a marine at one point and now he's become a pirate. This is how we're introduced to X Drake. I was thinking, okay, traitor, but essentially it is good guy gone bad. Good because we know the Marines are corrupt, but they are supposed to be the good guys, so it is a good guy gone bad. And then later on down the line, when we get into Wano, we find out he essentially is a double agent, and so it's like, okay, it made his character a little bit more interesting. But after what he does within this chapter, it makes you go, huh? He attacks the CP0 agent. The CP0 agent is like, yo, like, is you sure about this? And he's like, yeah, this is my ideals of justice. And then the CP agent goes, all right, cool. And then he fires off a shot at X Drake. And now I'm only just realizing this, that I'm only just remembering, I should say rather, remember, Hawkins did a reading on X Drake and he had so and so percentage. It was a very low percentage. I think it was like 1% chance of survival at the end of the day. So was this the finishing blow? Is X Drake dying right now? And is this the end of X Drake? Me personally, don't really care if he goes. Don't really care if he dies. Wasn't a fan favorite character. I wasn't very fond of the guy. So if he goes, he goes, and we'll see what happens with him. So the rest of the chapter now was focused on Kaido versus Luffy. And now, last week, I remember saying that how, based on the speech of Luffy when he said this was my final Gear 4 Snake Man, he said that last week, I was assuming that this was a hint towards Gear 5. Don't think that is the case anymore. Don't think that's the case anymore, because as we go into this chapter, as we go deeper into this chapter and we hear Luffy talking some more, he basically says that like his time is up. This is the final Gear 4 he can do probably for today, and he's just basically saying, I need to end this fight now, otherwise I lose, and then it hits the fan, I won't be able to do nothing, all my boys are down, like it'll be game over kind of thing. That's the vibe I'm getting from Luffy within this chapter. And that's the vibe I was getting from Luffy within this chapter. And as I was reading on, I was thinking to myself, alright, cool. So it seems like the fight is coming to an end, and I'm just there and I'm still thinking to myself, even with how the chapter ended this week, is the fight over? Is the fight over? I personally feel like it's too soon to be over. The fight should have been extended. We should have got at least... We didn't even get a full chapter where the fight was the focus. And I feel like the fight should have had so much more to... I'm not saying it's over yet, but I'm feeling like, because that's the vibe that this chapter was giving us, like, the fight is coming to an end. I feel like the fight should have so much more to it. And that's really what I gotta say about the chapter. But at the end of the chapter, we have a moment where they're preparing their final attacks. Luffy's like, alright, cool, I've only got... This is my last shot. He's got to go down after this one. If not, game over. We're screwed. And then we have the CP0 agent come in there. Not sure if he attacked Luffy. I'm not sure about that, but he does. He hops in there, grabs Luffy's attention for a second. This distracts him, and then we have that same kind of moment where it happened with Odin, where Odin got distracted by the old hag who transformed into Momo, and then Kaido got a hit in. We had the same thing going on with Kaido within this chapter with Luffy. He got distracted. But this time Kaido notices, and then he thinks back to what happened with Odin. So basically, a possibility of what could happen next is that Luffy would be down. The CP0 tries to finish him off. And then Kaido hops in there, be the good Samaritan. Like, no, that's not happening. You can have my life, kind of thing. But I don't want it to. I don't think that it's likely to happen that way. But I think there is a possibility of that, and I hope not, because it would make it feel like an anticlimactic end, not only to Luffy versus Kaido, but to the arc as a whole. I know Kaido's got this thing about how wanting to die, but yeah, I just feel that would be an anticlimactic way to end the fight. But as Luffy says, his time was running out. He had one more attack left within him, and technically he just got KO'd. He should be KO'd. So I don't know, but that's pretty much my thoughts on the chapter. Obviously, I need to wait until next week to see how things rolled out. But I feel like Oda was basically saying, even if it hasn't come to an end yet, this fight is coming to an end. And I feel like it should have had so much more. So it's for those reasons I'm only giving this chapter a 2-star rating. And like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.